Hello, everyone. Welcome back to AEC Today Reports and this special camp meeting episode. That's right, we're talking about everything camp meeting. We know it's right around the corner, and my goal with this episode is to share with you everything I know about camp meeting. All right, everything I know, I want you to know, and I want you to share it with as many people as you know. Okay, we want everyone to know what's happening during AEC camp meeting coming up not January, wow, bad start. June the 26th through July the 2nd. All right, before we jump right in, we'll have a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
Psst. Hey, you. Yes, you over there. I have a couple questions for you. Are you frustrated with your video problem during Zoom calls? Or maybe you're considering buying a new computer, but you don't know your options. Perhaps you want to grow your online ministry and you need a little guidance. Well, if you got questions, we've got answers. And who's we? Why, the AEC Tech Forum, of course. Join us every other Tuesday from 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our bi-weekly Tech Forum, hosted by the AEC Media Director, Charles Williams, beginning January 25th. Email questions to the AEC Tech Forum at aecsda.com. I hope to see you there and bring those questions.
All right, everybody. As I said before, this is our special camp meeting episode. My goal is to share everything that I've been asked about camp meeting, everything I think you might want to know about camp meeting, and maybe a little bit more. We're also going to find out what's happening with our youth, which is always a big question. What's going on for the young people? And so we're going to have Pastor Graham on with us to answer some of those questions to make sure you have all the information that you need. So to dive right in, we're just going to go right into the information and share the lineup for Camp Meeting 2022. I've already shared that the dates are, you can see them right behind me here. I did this on purpose. June the 26th through July the 2nd. All right. Now, we also know that during the week, we're starting on Sunday evening. And that's another thing we'll look at when we look at the schedule. But during the week, Sunday through Friday, we're going to be virtual. But the high day is coming on Sabbath, July 2nd. And we'll talk about all of that. So let me stop jabbering and get right to it. So I really wanted to start you off on where you really can go to get all the information I'm sharing with you. And that is our website. If you're one of those people that don't really like clicking around everywhere, if you just go to visitaec.org/camp meeting, it'll take you right to this page that we're on right now. But if that's not you, if you see here up at the top banner here, even if you just go to visitaec.org, if you go to camp meeting, right there, you'll see camp meeting. You will be able to click on that and get right to this page as well. So we have our banner there for you to see. Oh, actually, I guess I need to click on the camp meeting page myself. But if you click on it, there we go. Now we're on the camp meeting page. Sorry about that. So when you click on visitaec.org/camp meeting, you'll come right here. This is about the registration for Sabbath. The reason we need you to register, of course, anyone can come, but the registration is primarily for us to be able to see how many young people we're having here. We're not putting up tents this year. So technically, typically we could have the tents and people can spread out as far as the grass will allow. But because we are going to be in the gymnasium and in the church for our youth programs, we wanted to make sure we can accommodate those who are coming. That's one of the reasons we need to know, but also for food. If you would like a free box lunch, we need you to register as soon as possible so that we can make sure we have one reserved for you. So I don't want anyone to feel like if I don't register, I can't come. It's not really about that, more so than just giving us some numbers to prepare for. All right, so we got that out of the way. You can register right there. You can see that link at the top where it says register in the burgundy. And then you see that scroll there, register. You even click on that box that says register. So if anybody's asking you, how do I register? Tell them to go to visitaec.org. They'll see it there, or they'll see it right on the camp meeting page, which is where we are right now. So you have seen, hopefully by now, a couple of these videos from our president, Elder Palmer. If not, you might see some within this broadcast, or you can go check them out on the page yourself. Pastor Palmer, Elder Palmer, is talking about the speakers in this video. And then he and I are having a little fun, giving some more information, much of which I'm going to share now with you. But make sure you listen to that just in case you miss anything in this episode. So these are two videos to give you more information and also to share with people if they have questions about what's going on with camp meeting. All right, so this is what people all want to know. What's happening during the week? We know the dates now. What does the day look like? So we'll go through that. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back and talk about some other things. But as I mentioned before, and we made it large because let me tell you, some of you reached out and was like, I can't read that small print on the website. And, I need to be able to see what's going on. And I heard you. Okay. So we made everything as large as possible. So hopefully it's easier for you to read. And so starting, I want to go down here to Sunday first, and then we'll come back up. So Sunday evening at 6 o'clock, we're going to really start with the Upset podcast, which typically airs at 6 p.m. on Sunday. So we're going to dedicate that episode of the Upset podcast to kind of like a pre-camp meeting show before the official start of camp meeting, which would be our education program that evening beginning at 7 p.m. And we have Dr. Leslie Pollard from Oakwood University, who will be the special speaker for our education day. Now, typically, you guys know, we usually have that on Friday. But because we're starting on Sunday, we're still starting off with that program, just not on Friday, but on the Sunday where we start. Okay. So make sure you're tuning in Sunday evening so that you can see that special education program. All right, now let's go back up to the top because after that, we're looking at Monday. Monday morning, we start off with our early morning series. And I'm not going to go bit by bit because I'm not going to insult your intelligence in looking at the schedule. But as you can see, early morning service starts at 7 o'clock, 7 a.m., and goes to around 8 a.m. Every day during the week, starting Monday and going through Friday. So you want to tune in. You see the speakers there. Their pictures are below this image, and you can match the picture with the name of who's speaking on which day. Following that, we'll have a special seminar. This is kind of our evangelism series seminar. So you want to tune in to see what we're going to be sharing right after that message. And then right after that, we're going to roll into the youth service. And we're going to talk more about that with Pastor Graham, so I won't get into more information. But then we are going right into the women's seminar. The women are having kind of a special thing. We'll talk about that a little later. They usually have the prayer breakfast. We're going to do it virtual, but it's going to be on Monday at 10 a.m. But then Ruth Ann Thompson, who's the speaker, will be doing a series Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And you'll see a little bit more about that later on. And then we're going to have the Mrs. Ministries Development, which kind of falls on Message Magazine, falls under that. And we'll have a special seminar for that. And we're really excited because we are having our virtual prayer room, our garden of prayers. Those of you who typically come to camp meeting, you know about the special programs that Chaplain Austin generally plans, where we're going to do it virtually again this year. It was a blessing last year. So if you want to participate in that, you'll see that a little later on. I'll show you how you can register. That's happening at noon every day virtually. That won't be streamed, so you have to join that. And then we also have something very special this year that we haven't had in the past, and that is to have a virtual 50 plus banquet. So we're, they also typically get together during camp meetings, so they're going to do it virtually. And there's information a little later on I'll share about that. And then coming back, we have that break in the day with the streaming. As you see, that gray area is kind of the break of things that are being streamed. But our stream is going to pick right back up with our evening youth service beginning at 5 p.m. And our speaker for that, like I said, you can read it there, but we're going to talk more about that with Pastor Graham later. So I won't go into detail there. But following that, we're going to have a big spotlight. We're going to have some cultural spotlights from our various ethnic groups, but we're also going to have some other special features and seminars. So you don't want to check that out because it's kind of going to be a little bit of a surprise each evening. And then after that, we'll go right into our evening program and we'll look at that lineup for our evening speakers in just a little bit. So, and then everything on Sabbath, we have a separate flyer that breaks down that whole day, which will be in person. We'll talk a little bit more about that after this break. So make sure you tune in and we'll talk more about the speakers. We'll talk more about all the exciting seminars and everything else that you can expect for Camp Meeting 2022, More Than Conquerors. We'll be right back.
The Message Magazine campaign needs your support. No, that's the wrong message. The right message is that you need message. You need to send message to your friends. You need to send message to your family members. You need to send message to your co-workers. You need to send message to your boss. You need the message. We trust that you would send your subscription by going to messagemagazine.com, and they're filling out all the necessary information that you need so that you can send the message to your friends who you want to spend eternity with, who you have a concern about their soul salvation. You need the message. And more importantly, we trust that you would take a subscription for yourself to the Message Magazine. If it's not convenient for you to go to messagemagazine.com, you just fill out the necessary information and send it to Pacific Press. You just put your name, your address, your church, your conference, and send all those names who you have a sincere desire to know them, to have the Message Magazine. Send it to Pacific Press with a check. You can do it by check or money order, and send it to Pacific Press. And we trust that you will be rewarded. I know that you will be rewarded by sending the message with its articles that are relevant, with its articles that are for today, which are articles will meet your need. So you need the message, and we trust that as you are in this Message Magazine campaign, that you'll do all that you can to share the message with those who you love. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
All right, guys, we are back, and we're here to talk about the speakers. Now, this graphic here goes over all the speakers in alphabetical order that you'll be hearing throughout the week. So, if you just want to look over who the speakers are, match them up with the program grid, you can do that. We have it in that format, but we also have it broken down for our morning speakers. Like I said before, the morning is happening at 7 a.m. So, as a matter of fact, most of these, of course, not Dr. Robinson, but the morning speakers are ordinands. So our ordinands will be our featured speakers for the morning service that begins at 7 a.m. Dr. Robinson is going to be the early morning speaker on Sabbath. So he'll be under the pavilion, but it will be streamed for those who may still be on their way at 7 a.m. For you to watch. But hey, if you're an early riser and want to be in the place at 7 a.m., you can join him there. And then in the evening, as you can see here, our evening speakers. We talked about Dr. Pollard being the speaker for Sunday evening, and these are the other speakers there. And Elder Palmer talks a little bit more about those. We'll show that video a little later. So that's the lineup for the evening. And then just to make sure you haven't forgotten, we're going to talk about the youth speakers. They're there, but we'll talk about them later. But for the Sabbath schedule, which a lot of you are asking about because you want to know how long I'm going to be there when I come on Sabbath. This is our one-day in-person experience. And so we're starting at 7 a.m. and we're ending after the concert. The concert will begin at 5 p.m. Will probably be about an hour and a half. So plan to be with us all day, but also plan to give you enough time to journey back safely to your destination. So we're really excited about the program on Sabbath because after the morning service and the worship service, we're having our ordination service that afternoon, 3 o'clock. This is our first time being able to have it in person after over a couple of years. So we're really excited about our ordinands and their families and loved ones being able to celebrate, and colleagues with them in person. The speaker for that, as you can see there, is the president of the Allegheny West Conference. His name is Pastor Marvin Brown, Elder Marvin Brown. He'll be speaking for that ordination service at 3 p.m. So you don't want to miss that. And then we're really excited because we haven't had a live concert in Camp Meeting in a few years. So we're excited about ending our whole 2022 camp meeting with a finale concert that begins at 5 o'clock. You don't want to miss that. Now I'll go back to that lunch period, which is going to happen between the worship service and ordination. If you want to bring your lunch, as so many of you do, I love seeing everyone gather in between the little nooks and crannies on campus and enjoy their meals. That's fine. But if you want to take advantage of the free box lunch that is being given by AEC, you'll be able to pick that up at CC1 and that area where you're used to, where the cafeteria is. It is a free box lunch. Now, those who register will be the first to receive. And then whatever is left over, anyone else will be able to enjoy that. So that's what lunch is going to take place. All right, let's keep it moving. So we do have some other things that we want to highlight that were in the schedule that I mentioned a little earlier. One is the Women's Ministry series with Sister Ruth Ann Thompson. That Monday, she's starting off with more of the prayer breakfast style that the women are used to, that we used to have on Sunday mornings. You guys remember that? And then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, it will be more of a seminar presentation from her that we want you to make sure you tune in to watch. That's happening every day at 10 a.m., except for Friday. We have a special presentation from Message Magazine on Friday. So check out that Women's Ministry seminar series. And as I mentioned, we have that prayer going on noon on Zoom. This is a private, intimate gathering. We want you to tune in. We have some powerful speakers, as you see there. We have Dr. Toussaint Williams, who is the associate pastor at Oakwood University Church, who'll be coming on Monday. Then we have Elder Edwina Holly. She's coming to us from Lake Region, their prayer coordinator. We have our very own Penny Rogers from AEC, from Mount Olivet, who will be coming on the next day on Wednesday. And then we have Sister Vanessa Wise, Elder Wise from our Calvary Church. And then we're going to be wrapping up with our prayer coordinator, the one who's putting all of this wonderful programming together, by Chaplain Elder Sandra Austin on Friday. So we want to make sure you tune in. This is an opportunity for you to bring your prayer request, to bring all the burdens. They'll be having breakout rooms, a wonderful word of encouragement. So this is some time you want to carve out during your day to come and join others for our garden of prayers. We're really excited about that. And since our theme is more than conquerors, this theme for this is we are more than conquerors with our prayers. So we're really excited about that. And we look forward to you joining that. And I mentioned earlier about the 50 plus banquet as well. As you can see, right under both of those flyers is where you can register to join those Zoom rooms. So you don't want to miss that. Make sure you register so you can get the link to join those services that will not be streamed. All right, I've said a mouthful, so we're going to take another quick break, and then we'll be right back. I'll say that one more time. All right, I've said a mouthful, so we're going to take another quick break and be back with some other information that I think you'd want to know about Camp Meeting 2022.
STEM is everywhere, like here, behind the scenes of The Walking Dead.
When we break down clothes, we tumble it with trisodium phosphate, rock salt, and dish detergent.
We stitched together images of our model and created a 3D set that can be walked through in a VR headset.
We're able to turn 12 walkers into 1,000 walker hordes.
STEM can create new worlds on and off the screen. What will you make with STEM? Get inspired at shecanstem.com.
All right, everybody, we are back and ready to jump back into the information overload. I hope it's not too much. Like I said, all of this is on the website for you to view at your leisure. Visit aec.org/camp meeting. So I'm just going through and adding some little notes, but you can look at all of this information on our website, and we'll continue to add information. Even after you've viewed this, we probably added more information to that page. So let that be your resource guide for Camp Meeting 2022, okay? More than conquerors. All right, let's keep it going here. Now, one of the other questions that I get is, how can those who may not have access to a laptop or a cell phone who want to tune in, how can they? And we do have the ability to listen. If you want to just listen, someone wants to listen to the messages. This is the phone number and the PIN that they would need to use to access it. So that number's right there. You can take a screenshot now. Like I said, it's on the website. You can write that down for someone to share with them, or make sure that they get the information. Those who need to listen, that's where that information can be found. And as with most of our flyers, we let you know that you can watch this on our Facebook page. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and like the page, so when time comes, you'll be notified when we go live. And the same thing for our YouTube channel, AEC Media Ministries. If you go ahead and subscribe, you'll be notified every time we go live, and you won't have to worry about following the schedule, because your phone or your laptop or whatever will let you know when we are live. So you'll be able to view there. And we also include a link on our website. Visit aec.org/camp meeting. We're going to make sure that camp meeting link is there so that you can access all of the streaming services from that point. Okay. So make sure you share that with anyone who may want to know. And so I wanted to share with you this little gallery about ordinands. We'll be highlighting them a little bit more and adding some more information to this, some interviews with the spouses and just them individually, so you can just get to know a little bit more about them as they prepare for their ordination, which is happening Sabbath in person on July the 2nd at 3 p.m. So we'll, like I said, we'll continue to add more information that you need to know for camp meeting to this page. Visit ac.org/camp meeting. So we reviewed a lot. As I said, it's all there. Check it out. We'll continue to update and let you know of any changes or anything else that may be pertinent to your camp meeting experience for 2022. Well, I just want to say that we really are excited about camp. We're always excited about camp meeting. It's a lot. It's a lot of work that goes into it, but it's always worth it. The Lord always blesses with the messages, with the music, being able to connect on Zoom with various things that we have going on, and now being able to come together on Sabbath after having a couple of years of not doing that. I just know that the Lord is going to bless, and we want all of you to join us for that. But I'm rambling like we're closing. We're not, because we do have Pastor Graham coming up after this next break. So we want you to stay by so you can make sure you get everything that you need to know about what's going to be available for our youth. So we'll be right back after this break. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to AEC Today Reports. And this is our special camp meeting edition. We are giving you the official rundown of what you can expect from Allegheny East Conference's Camp Meeting Experience 2022. We are more than conquerors. And we've been sharing a lot of information with you, but there's a whole other side that I promised we would talk about, and that's our youth, what we have coming up for our youth during the week and also in person. And who better to share that information with us than our very own youth director that we're going to invite on? Hello, Pastor Graham. How are you today?
I'm doing just fine, just fine. Can't wait to share. Can't wait to
All
share.
right. Yes, we're always excited about camp meeting.
Yep.
And, we've been doing virtual. This is kind of our third year virtually, but we do have a little bit of the old in there with our in person on Sabbath. So we're anxious to talk about all of that. Um, so let's just jump right into it.
Yep.
What can we expect? Let's start with our little children and,
Yeah.
the younger kids, what's that, the 3 to like 10-year-olds or
Mhm.
whatever. What will be available for them during our virtual week, that Monday through Friday?
I pulled a great program from the North American division that I thought, is called Heroes. And we have all of our days set up. And we're also using our own young people from the Pine Forge area to be able to introduce and to talk about each of the day's phases. So I'm excited about it because the last time that we did it, we kind of did it too early, and we have post meetings. You can tell them
Mhm.
we have post
Yeah.
meetings, and we check our surveys, and we found that the children's ministries that we had to offer was too early. It was too early. Come
Yeah,
on,
the
you know what it's
babies
like.
weren't up yet. They
Yeah,
said, "It's
yeah, yeah,
summertime, I ain't getting
yeah.
enough of that stuff."
Yep, they got up for school, all
Right.
of that. They said, "Nah, this is summer. We don't want to do that anymore." And you can't blame them.
Right.
So what we are doing now is we're having this program, and it's going to be set in on demand, on demand.
Right. Okay,
And,
perfect.
and we want it to be right around the same time everything is happening. But just in case they miss it, I want them to be able to catch that flow all the way through.
Right.
Mhm.
Awesome. So, this will be another link different from our live stream, just so everyone's clear. Different from our live stream, just for the kids. They'll be able to sign in during any of the programming that we have going on and watch it whenever they wake up. And so you all as parents can create the schedule, the viewing schedule for your own child. The content will be there waiting for them when that time comes. So that's awesome.
That's right.
All right. So now what about in person on Sabbath? Because, like I said, this is our first year in several that we actually are going to have some sort of in person experience for camp meeting. And it's just one day. Typically we have that camp throughout the week for the kids. Everybody's always excited about that. But we're dealing with one day. So, what will the children be doing on that Sabbath, July 2nd?
Children, you're starting with the children,
Let's start
okay?
with the children.
Hey,
Yeah.
children, you know how we let's just say it was a regular 10 days, you know? If it was a regular 10 days, we always have something for our children. Matter of fact, we pour so much of our resources into our children during those 10 days. It's going to be equivalent, but the same type of feel, the Sabbath feel that you have. So parents can go ahead and go to their Sabbath school class and go over to the pavilion. But of course, we take special care of the children. So they come in, they register. We have to know each child that comes in, and we'll be doing activities with them. I believe we're starting at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock in the
Yes.
morning, and we're running all the way to 2 o'clock. And the reason why I say 2 o'clock, because we don't know when anything's going to be finished, but we have so much for them to do during that time. So we'll be taking care of them. We'll be teaching them. We're doing some arts and crafts for the children, and just keeping them busy in their
Mhm.
Sabbath school and more. I don't want to just call it Sabbath school because it's not Sabbath school and more.
Right. And
So
that's going to be in the church still.
right
Right.
in the church, right across. Just drop them off early. I want them to be there on time. And the registration process, sometimes when there's a lot of children, we want to make sure that you bring them on time so that they can enjoy what we have prepared for them.
Okay, great, great. All right, so we talked about our children. What about our teens? Sometimes the teens get caught in the middle there, like they're not kids, they're not young adults yet. So, what can our teens look forward to
Well, we're
during that?
careful with our teens because they want to hang out, and
Yeah,
rightfully so. They love their ground. So just imagine someone who, one of those kids who were like 12 years old when camp 3 years ago. Now they're 15. They're a little bit grown,
right,
but
right.
we have something prepared for them also. But we want the next half of the day for them to spend in the next spot. I want to call it the next spot because I don't want them to feel as though they're somewhere in between. The message of God is going to come great from out the gym. So we're going to have some activities in the beginning, and then beginning 10 o'clock in the beginning, and then we're going to move that group on to the gymnasium where we'll
Okay,
we'll
so
have
the
a
teens will start in the church in a separate section,
yes.
and then they'll transition over for
Right.
the divine worship.
Right.
Got you.
If we can get them there from the church, they're just going to be
Yeah,
hanging out with each other.
yeah,
And
you
I
can
want to
fit
be honest with you. I want them to have the experience of camp again, to walk around and talk to friends that they haven't seen in a long time. We know that. But just to keep a little bit of order, we're going to go straight from the church to the gymnasium from there.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, and then during the week, I wanted us to go ahead and talk about the speakers. I mean, this is youth, teens. This is kind of all inclusive for them. Yeah, go ahead and tell us about the speakers that we
I don't
have
know,
for
man. I'm
that
feeling
youth service.
old. I'm feeling old right now because these two right here. I used to teach Pastor Thomas, Darnisha.
Wow.
She always has a great word. I'm gonna ask her to come through in the morning, do her thing in the morning. She's always has a practical word. Um, and I'm just looking forward for the messages. I love them both. So she'll be handling the morning, and in the evenings we'll be on with Pastor Sarant. He's over at the First Church now in Maryland.
Oh,
Great speaker. I think everyone will enjoy both of them taking us through
yes.
the week. I do believe
And
so.
just so we know, because I see it's not there. The in the morning, the youth service will be because we start off, if you remember, early morning service at 7, 8 o'clock we have a seminar, but at 9 o'clock a.m. that's when we have the early morning service. You'll see, well, the youth service with Pastor Darnisha Thomas all week, and then in the evening at 5 o'clock we will have the evening youth service, and that's
Right.
going to feature Pastor Miguel Saran. So make sure.
Listen. I got to let you know, this host, that we know we have good speakers, but we got great singers too.
Oh yeah,
Just want to
yes.
know we have great singers too. So I want everybody to not just to go just for the preaching alone, but the singing is awesome too. And I just want everybody to get the whole worship experience and to be fulfilled every day.
Yes. Amen. We love it. We love it. Okay, so moving right along, we talked about the children and the teens and young adults throughout the week. Let's go back to that Sabbath. We're not having tents this year,
No.
right? No tents are going to be erected. We know that one of the most popular tents is that young adult tent. So, what is the alternative this year for our in-person service?
Well, to tell you the truth, our young people want to come back. They want to be uh, uh, present. But we still, wanted a little bit of control over the grounds. The young adults, Pastor Miguel, who was speaking for the youth, is going to transfer and speak for the young adults also. But again, a heightened worship experience. We have Ramon, who is bringing in a great praise team. We still want them to worship. I know we're online, but I want them to, on this side, I want them to worship and be able to get their mask on, but give holy hugs and holy kisses. So I'm expecting a great service coming from the young adult tent. It's not young adult, well, in the gymnasium where they all will come together. So I say teens and young adults will come
Adult.
together during that time.
Yeah, we know we tend to have a nice hodgepodge of different age groups in that young adult tent. We all seem to be able to identify with that. At least we try to hang on as much as we
And
can.
our
So
pavilion people, y'all stay over there now. Don't crowd us out over here. But no, it's good. I just see all the orders coming in for the Hammond organ and the guitars. Every, you know, a lot of our young people are kind of tired of the virtual type thing. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And so for them to come together, please register. Register and come out so that we'll know, how many people are coming, because it's going to be a high day, and also not only for the worship side of it, but also for the fellowship side of it.
absolutely. Yeah. I mean, and honestly, when you think about it, a lot of people, when we had in person, a lot just came on the Sabbaths anyway. So this is just like what they expect from
Same
camp
thing.
meeting, even though it's one day for us, for them,
Right.
this is what they do. So we're trying to keep the level of expectation as much as what we're used to in the past. But it is one day. So we want to be we can't bring in every single thing that we would have had all week long, but I think it's gonna be awesome. And like we said before, if you're curious about this, we're going to post everything online so you can go and see all that we've talked about. That's available for the youth. But even post camp meeting, we have something wonderful planned for the children. Something that I know parents all across Allegheny East and beyond are excited is making its grand return, and that's none other than Camp
Annie Davis,
Davis.
something wonderful.
Yeah.
I have never seen parents so excited to get rid of their kids.
Yeah, it's been long enough.
No, it has. From the day that we, it. I want everyone to know it takes time to plan this and to get permission from our legal team, from our medical teams, et cetera, to be able to do this. And we held off 2 years. Now coming on to this year, as soon as we made the announcement, uh, it's filling up. We know we can hold 300, but do we want to 300? And I always brag to people, oh, we had almost 200,
Yeah,
but I am very surprised at the numbers are really climbing, and there has to be a cutoff. We know that.
yeah, yeah.
And Danny Davis is back, and we decided that we wanted it to be split, devotion and fun. So
Mhm.
devotion and fun. So we decided not to have all these different crafts and all of that, but to make sure that when they got to about 8:30 that night, they're just crashed. Everything is
Mhm.
just
Mhm.
so we're doing fun. We it's called Funtabulous this year.
Fun
So
tabbies. I'm gonna put the flyer up while you're
it,
talking
there we
about it
go.
so
There we
people
go.
can
It's
see.
249 per week, and you can register. If there are any problems with registering, please give me a call. But you can get us at 484 and it starts July 10th to July 24th. We want them to come for 2 weeks. We do have, and I just want you to know, we do have protocols set up in place, a great medical team, so that we can keep everyone as COVID free as possible, as possible.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
excited about it. I'm excited about it.
Yay! So send your kids before time, space runs out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's crazy.
While
It's
you
crazy.
can.
Hey, and
So
no more splinters. We have our new patios that's set up. It's
woo,
all
yay!
nice, the Uncle Calvin and the brothers set it up for us really well, so
Nice and
we ain't got to
smooth.
worry about that anymore. But I'm excited. I am super, super excited about this, about the 2 weeks that we're going to spend together.
Yes, yes. So don't forget to register. I'll put the flyer up one more time. That's July 10th to the 24th. You can go to the website and register as you see there, aecycm.com, or reach out to Orion Claremont or Pastor Graham for more information on that. We look forward to seeing your kids there.
Hey, let me add. Can I add this one thing?
Of
Those who are
course.
listening, our pastors support us,
Mhm.
and uh, some of them have a special plan. Ask your pastor about a special plan for coming to Camp Danny Davis. And the education department has a special plan. Those who will go to our schools. So get in contact with them. The principals, get in contact with the pastors for a
Oh,
plan to have them on board. But really and truly, space is limited. But I just wanted them to know.
yes, absolutely. And another exciting thing while we have you here that the youth department has launched within the last couple of months, and that is their app, right?
Yeah, yeah, the youth app.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's one of those things. We started off with our challenge. We had a 31-day challenge, and a lot of people are signing up for it. But what I would like everyone to do is to just get on your phones and I guess both phones can do it. If you're connected through the app, you're going to see all of our announcements on there. You're going to see all of the events that's happening. But not only that, but there's also a prayer side to there where we do our Monday prayers, but we still continue the prayers throughout on the app. So we want everyone to be connected through it.
Mhm.
Right there, also, if you download this app, you'll also get the children's ministries and also camp meeting, just in case you're on the run. You can get camp meeting events on there also. The app is great because our children, that's one safe thing that you can connect that they can
That's
connect
one
to.
app you'll approve of. That's on their
Right,
phone.
you'll approve of it. And our Sabbath school lessons are on there for our children, our adventurers, for them to keep up, pathfinders, etc. Everything is centered there.
That's great.
Coming out of the pandemic, we want everyone to get back together again, get that synergy. And I think this is one of the best ways for us to be able to do that.
All right, great. So if you're watching right now on your laptop and you see that QR code, you should be able to hold your phone right up to that QR
Yep,
code and it should pop open and give you the option to download it there. So yeah, that's one
yeah,
way to.
I just did it. It just worked for me, so it'll work for you.
Okay.
It'll work.
Awesome. That way you can make sure you get it for your young person when you're traveling this summer and you're like, "Oh, you forgot all your Sabbath." Nope. I have my app with me. I can get
That's
all
right.
that. I can still be plugged
Everything
in
is there.
and get what I need to grow. All right. So this is exciting. We always love camp meeting. It's a lot of planning and there is a lot that goes into it, but we're always excited about it when it comes in the end. And so we're happy about the rundown for the youth, this camp meeting. So thank you, Pastor Graham, for sharing with
No
us.
problem.
We're looking forward to it.
No problem.
All right. And don't forget Camp Davis and to download the app. All those great things. We want to make sure you're taking advantage of everything that's out there for your young people. Please look into all of that today. All right. Well, we'll release you. We're sure you have a lot to do.
Yep.
Well, thank you.
All
Thank
righty.
you for joining us. And everybody, we'll be right back after this break. All right, everybody. We've just divulged all the information that we could possibly think of for camp meeting with you. And like I said, if there's anything I haven't said and I think about it later, we're going to make sure it's on that webpage, visit ac.org/camp meeting. We'll also be sharing different things on our Facebook page, various updates as we get closer to the date and during the camp meeting week. So check those places for information. And we thank you so much for tuning in to our AC Today Reports Camp Meeting Edition. We're so excited to see you join us through our camp meeting experience. And throughout the week, throughout our streams, we have individuals who have recorded different devotionals surrounding our theme. We are more than conquerors. More than conquerors. So we want to make sure you're tuning in and listening to one of those, at least one of those a day. So there'll be some other little treats sprinkled throughout the camp meeting experience, but we always have a good time and we love reading your comments in the chat and the interaction that happens there. So we look forward to it. Once again, the dates are right there beside me. We're beginning Sunday at 6:00 with the Upset Podcast, followed by our opening service, which is our education program. And we're ending in person on Saturday, July the 2nd. So check all that out. Don't forget to check out our website for more information as it develops. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you at camp meeting. Please be safe and take care.